Good morning again, boys and girls. We are once again continuing our Unit 8 stories. Remember, our topic is observing the sky, and observing again means to look at. So we've talked about what these pictures show, and I'm hoping that you are able to look at the night sky and see if you can see the moon. Sometimes you can and sometimes you can, and we'll be talking more about that in a story on this week. Remember, our essential question that we're talking about or thinking about is, why do the sun and moon capture our imagination? Why do we find ourselves thinking about the sun, the moon, and actually other things that might be out in space? All right, our shared reading story today is entitled It's a Comet. Comet. It looks like the word come with the T at the end. It's a comet. Now, you'll notice this in your shared reading book that this story is a science story. So we're learning about real things. We're learning about planets and outer space. So we call this type of science earth science. But we are going to also find out today about a comet. Now, if you look at the picture at the bottom, this is actually a picture of a comet. What does it look like? In in the front, it looks like it has something that's round. And then this part, this is called the tail of the comet. I have a video that I'm going to share with you, and I've shared it on your parent page. You can look at this video and it will give you more information about a comet. But let's listen to our story, It's a Comet. And I want you to think about what a comet is made of.
It's a comet. A comet is a large chunk of ice and dust that orbits or goes around the sun. It is like a big, dirty snowball. Comets travel far out into the solar system and then move back toward the sun. A comet has a main core called a nucleus. The nucleus is made of ice, dust, gas, and rock. It can be several miles wide. When a comet gets close to the sun, some of the dust and gas form a long, glowing tail.
Okay, that was a lot of information on that page. Boys and girls, this is again science, so you're learning about real things. All right, I want you to think about what the story told you a comet actually is. What is a comet? Let's go back. A comet is a large chunk of ice. So think about a really, really huge ice cube or a mountain of ice or even bigger than that. I think some of you might be thinking, oh, an iceberg. Yes, it's a very large chunk of ice and dust that orbits or goes around the sun. So it goes around the sun. So if this is the sun, it goes around the sun. Okay? That's what orbit means. It is like a big dirty snowball. So it's not completely white. It has a lot of different particles in it. So it's kind of it reminds you of a dirty snowball because it has other things in it and the color isn't completely white. Comets travel far out into the solar system. That means far out into space, and then move back toward the sun. So they might, here's the sun, they might go way out, but they're going to come back. It's like the sun attracts them back. A comet has a main core called a nucleus. That's right in the middle, okay? And that middle part is called the nucleus. The nucleus is made of ice, dust, gas, and rock. So the part that's inside, that's also made of ice, dust, gas, and rock. It can be several miles wide. Okay, that would be like going from our school all the way down to, oh, down to maybe the store, the Superior store on Avalon. That's how big the nucleus could be. When a comet gets close to the sun, some of the dust and gas form a long, glowing tail. This is the tail. So as it gets closer to the sun, that reflection from the sun causes it to have a tail. So what do you think happens when it gets away from the sun? When a comet gets close to the sun, some of the dust and gas form a long glowing tail. Do you think that happens if it gets away from the sun? Do you think that same thing would happen? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe the tail goes away as it gets away from the sun. That's why I want you to look at that video. You'll get some more information. Okay, get your shared reading book and go to your page. It's a comet. Let's listen again.
Comet. A comet is a large chunk of ice and dust that orbits or goes around the sun. It is like a big, dirty snowball. Comets travel far out into the solar system and then move back toward the sun. A comet has a main core called a nucleus. The nucleus is made of ice, dust, gas, and rock. It can be several miles wide. When a comet gets close to the sun, some of the dust and gas form a long, glowing tail.
Okay, so when it gets close to the sun, some of the gas forms, some of the dust and gas form a long glowing tail. When it's away from the sun, that's what I want you to think about. What could happen when it's away from the sun? When you look at that video, I think you'll find out what happens when it gets away from the sun. Okay, let's get ready to do our skills portion of our lesson. Circle a word that has the same or sound as corn. Or. Remember, we're working on or. O-R, O-A-R, O-O, R, O-R-E. Let's see if we can find it. A comet is a large chunk of ice and dust that orbits and goes around the sun. There's that or. Okay. Good job. Underline a four-letter word that is the opposite of be still. The opposite of be still. It is a big dirty ball. Comets travel far out into the solar system and then move back toward the sun. Okay, the opposite of be still. I think I have a few thoughts here. Move is the opposite. But I'm also going to underline travel. Because when you travel, you're not being still. So both of them are the opposite of be still. Put a star next to an important detail from the text. Well, there were several important details in this story because it's a science story and it's giving us information. But I think I'm going to start out with the first part, which tells me what a comet is. Okay. A comet is a large chunk of ice and dust that orbits and goes around the sun. That is the opening sentence, and that tells me some information about the comet. So I'm going to use that one for my important detail from the text. Okay, boys and girls, your writing for today, I've already put it in your book, but let me go up and show you. You're answering this question. What is a comet made of? What is a comet made of? So in your book, you're going to write, a comet is made of, and then you tell me. This is the YouTube video on comets that you'll find on your parent page. If you look on the class tag page for today, you'll be able to take a look at this video. What is a comet made of? You're answering it. A comet is made of. So that's what I've already put in on the page. A comet is made of, and then you fill it in. Now go back into the story because the information you need is right in your story, and it's also part of that important detail sentence that we highlighted. Okay? All right. So here's the place for your picture. You can draw your own comet and your own solar picture, solar system picture, space picture to finish out your page. All right. Good job today. Good work. We are moving along quite well. Boys and girls, take care and be safe. Goodbye.